What's up, everybody? It's Dragon from Strong Dragon Training here today, and I want to cover a topic today that is quite ignored by a lot of people and is very important to your overall health right now and later on in the senior years. And that topic is stretching. Now, most people understand the importance of stretching, but don't do it. Understand the importance of stretching and do it wrong, or just don't understand it and don't care about it. So there's really three categories there. Now, before I go into showing you guys some of the stretches, because after this little explanatory video, I will show you guys some very basic stretches for all parts of the body. I want to first give you a little bit of a heads up on really how to do it theory-wise, because there is a right way and a wrong way to stretch. And the wrong way is stretching cold muscles and pumping the stretches. Now, stretching cold muscles, first of all, if you just decide out of the blue, you know what, I'm just gonna start stretching, or you walk somewhere out on a cold day and you're inside, oh my god, I'm just gonna stretch right now. Not a good idea. It's never a good idea to stretch a cold muscle. Why? It's the same idea as if you had a rubber band, you had it outside in the cold, and you stretch it. Chances are that thing is going to rip within the first couple of seconds. And it's the same idea with your muscles. You need to get a little bit of blood flow into your muscle, warm them up a little bit, and then proceed with stretching. Now, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to stretch before your workout or before a run. I had this happen to me before, and people said, well, before a run, it's a good idea to stretch. Professional runners do it too. Yes, they do, but they don't go directly into stretching. They do a little bit of running on the spot. They do some movements, move the joints, promote blood flow through all the muscles and the joints before they proceed to stretching. So, yes, it's totally fine to stretch before a workout and during a workout too. I actually posted a study recently to my Facebook account that said stretching during your workout promotes better muscle growth. So, yes, it's very good to stretch during and before, but you gotta make sure before you do the stretching, like before your workout, that you've gotten a little bit of warming up for the muscles. You move them a little bit, you got blood flow to them somehow. Then stretch. The second one is pumping the stretches, and you'll see in the video that I'm gonna post, that's gonna be right after this explanatory one, how I do the stretches. When you go into a stretch, you cannot stretch out the muscle and then release in half a second. Stretch, release, stretch, release. You can't do that pumping motion with your muscles. You have to gently go into the stretch, feel that pull. For example, if you're looking to stretch the chest muscle, you go into the stretch, you feel the pull in your chest, a gentle pull, and then you hold there. 15, 20, 30 seconds is ideal, right? To really get a good stretch of the muscle, a minimum of 30 seconds is ideal. Now, some people do it for 15, 20. It's better than nothing, but ideally you should hold that stretch for about 30 seconds. So hold it there. When you hold it, don't pump it. When you're pumping, you're just aggravating the muscle, and then the muscle after a while is going to start activating and resisting this pump, and you're not going to get any kind of stretch out of it, right? You don't want to get the muscle to activate much. You want to get it as relaxed as possible during the stretch, so you can make that stretch effective. Stretch out those fibers and the ligaments, the joint, the tendons, rather, not the joints, the ligaments, so they can be more mobile or more to prevent injury. So, go into the stretch, hold there for 30 seconds. When you release, don't just drop the hand in the case of a shoulder or chest stretch. Don't just drop the hand down. Make sure you come out of the stretch nice and easy. So you go into a stretch easily and you release a stretch easily. You don't want to go into a stretch sudden. That causes muscle tear or pull or, strain. And you don't want to release it too sudden either. Stretching is if you've ever done yoga before, you would know all of the stretches, you go gently to the stretches. Everything is done easily and controlled and calculated. You don't just boom, 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 boom into the stretch, in and out, you're done. No. Stretching needs to be done slowly and calculated, and you need to really feel the idea into the muscle. Now, moving on from this point is really, why is stretching good? Like I said at the beginning of the video, to prevent from later on in life, prevent injuries now, prevent later on in life from being too stiff and cause any injuries from really simple movement like walking down the road or going up and down steps. I've had the opportunity and the pleasure to work 3 years of my life with seniors. So I've worked with people 65 and plus. I actually had a person that was over 100 years old, and they were doing light exercises. Now, don't assume that was in a gym. They were lifting and deadlifting and bench pressing. No, but they were doing gentle exercising, lifting their arms up, standing up and down off the chair. And that was a lot of workout for them. But I have seen a lot of cases where, because of the lack of stretching in their youth and now in their senior age, simple things like lifting up, getting up off a chair, they will feel a pull in their lower back, or they would actually pull their lower back to the point of view of pain where they can't do anything for a couple of days. Falling is very common for seniors, and it's very common for people in the middle age as well. But if you fall and you have a very stiff muscle, very tight muscles and ligaments and tendons, you can cause a tear right away. And at the senior age, where the bones are so brittle and very easily, move, very easily broken, when you have a fall and the tendon is very tight, you break that hip or that knee or that shoulder so much easier than if you had flexibility in the joint. So it's very important to start stretching at an early age. Don't wait to the point where you are a senior, and because then definitely you won't get into the habit at that point. Stretching from an injury point of view, if you do have an injury, like you had a muscle pull, and you've waited for it to heal, and you're working on the healing process of that muscle, certain gentle stretches and gentle pulls and gentle movement of the muscle in the joint is what will help that area heal in the long run. You go to any physiotherapist, any massage therapist, anything like that, and once they finish the work on you, they will give you light stretches and light moves to do to heal the area that they've been working on. So very, very important to get the stretching done and do it on a regular basis, not just when you feel the tension in there. Every day, 5-10 minutes, and you'll see in this video that I'm going to show you guys all the stretches. They won't take you long. 5-7 minutes is all it takes. You're going to do a top to bottom body stretch, all the muscles, all the important major joints in the muscle. And of course, there's so many more stretches to do out there, but what I'm about to show you is just the basic, just to get you guys with the foot in the door and get you used to the idea that stretching is important. Now, one more point before going into the videos is the intensity of the stretch. So you know how I mentioned in the beginning of this video that you have to go into the stretch until you feel a nice pull into your muscle. Really, if you want to go very nitpicky, and if you want to be aware of what's happening in your body when you do a stretch, you have to be careful how much tension and pressure you put on the muscle you're stretching at that time. Because if you go very lightly, very gently into it, and you just feel a mild stretch into the chest muscle, as an example, at that point, you're not stretching the muscle fibers themselves. You're stretching just the fascia. And what the fascia is just imagine like a net that is holding the muscles in place. So it surrounds your muscles, it's on your muscle, and it's just holding everything in place. Now, that fascia, yes, it's very important to stretch that as well. However, if you're only looking to stretch that, and now we're going into more of a physiotherapy, massage therapy level, or more injury, more athletic level, but if you're only looking to stretch that, then you want that severely gentle stretch and not too deep into the muscle, or maybe you have an injury or whatnot. But if you are looking to target that muscle at a very good rate, you want to feel more of a, and I'm not saying pain, I'm not saying that you should tear the muscle off and rip it from its bones, but you want to feel a little bit of a deep stretch, a deep pain into it. Sorry guys, I just went underground, and I didn't realize the light is very poor down here. But back to the other topic. You want to feel almost like a gentle pain, okay? It's to describe a deep stretch that goes into the muscle and is medium border that you find a little bit of pain, right? You don't want to feel too much pain because at that point either the muscle is injured, the tendon's injured, or you're really going to town on that muscle and it's not much longer until it goes snap goes the weasel and you're going to lose that muscle. So be very careful how you do it. So don't look to be too gentle with the muscle, because then you're not stretching the muscle fibers themselves, but don't go too aggressive on the muscle, because as you common sense says, you're going to cause some damage to the muscle. So be very careful how you do it, how much intensity, how much pressure you put into the muscle that you're trying to stretch. And with all of that said, that was a little bit of an introductory to it, the ideas, the key points of stretching. Let's look and see what all the stretches are and what the basic stretches for all body parts are. Follow these ones, again, like I said, on a daily basis. Put some time aside, 5 to 10 minutes, and go through all of these, but make sure you warm up first before you do it. All right, let's check them out. Alright guys, so here we go, the stretches that I was going to show you. Now before I do anything right now, just a heads up, I'm not a yoga instructor, I'm not doing any of those fancy stretches, downward dogs, upward cats, I don't do any of that. All I'm going to show you is basic stretches to do, like I said, before your workout, only after you warm up, during your workout, in between your sets, for about 15-20 seconds in between your sets, and at the end of the workout, maybe 30 seconds up to a minute, you can do all these stretches. Also, secondary, if you are under the care of a physician or maybe a physiotherapist, chiropractor, do check with them first, because based on what they are treating you for, these stretches may be bad for you. So before you do it, maybe you have an injured shoulder, an injured hip, an injured knee, or anything like that, don't try these until you talk to your healthcare provider and see if they're okay for you. Stretches can be extremely good for you and for the long run, but they can be very bad if you do them the wrong way or if you do them with an injury. So be very careful before we start with them. So first and foremost, we're going to start from top to bottom, and we're going to go first one. For the neck, just nice and easy stretch. You're going to stand up nice and tall. Your back, as you can see, is fully straight up, and gently lean your head to the side. Don't tilt your body down to the side because you're defeating the purpose. So get your head leaning to one side, so towards your right shoulder, in my case over here. If you don't feel a stretch over here, gently put a little bit of weight against your head over here. You're going to feel a little bit of stretch here, and that's what you're looking for. As I said in the video before, a light, very gentle stretch stretches out the fascia of the muscle. If you put a little bit more and you feel nice deep stretch into the muscle, then you know you're going to get that muscle stretch. And again, be careful, there should not be any pain anywhere. In your jaw, in your collarbone, anywhere like that, there should not be any pain. If there is, red flag, stop what you're doing. Same thing for the other side. Let it go to the side first. If you're really tense and tight, you'll feel the stretch. If you're more loose and limber, you'll need just a gentle push of the head to the side. The other one is for the back. When you do this one, not only are you going to get the back of your neck stretching, but based on how your tightness is, you're going to feel everything down the side of the spine. Now note that it's on the sides of the spine, not in the center. If there's a pinching pain or right in the spine pain, stop right away. You're doing something wrong. So again, back is nice and straight, head is down. If you put your head down like this, again, you'll feel a stretch, maybe your upper back kind of going down to your lower back on the side. You're very tight, your rectus spinae very tight, so you're good right there. If not, gently grab the back of your head and push down lightly. Now, this is too much, you don't need that. Just a little bit of push forward from the back of the head and you're good to go. Alright, moving down to the shoulder area. If you're trying to hit the front deltoid, right, the front of your shoulder, arm has to be straight. The elbow needs to be nice and straight so you can isolate that part of your body. You start straight, right in line with the object that you're gripping, so it can be a wall, a side of the wall, whatever, but your palm has to be against something for support. Back is nice and straight, gently twist away opposite to the object you're holding. The stretch is going to be a little bit in your arm, in your bicep area, going mostly towards your chest, but most of the stretch is going to be in your front deltoid. Now, depends on what's more tight, your bicep, your chest, your delt. One of them will feel more. So if your arm is straight, you're twisting away from it, it is at shoulder height on the object that you're supporting against, then you're doing it right. It just means that one of the muscles is more tight than the other, okay? So gently stretch away. This is my flexibility, so I'm able to stretch this much in order to get that feel right in the deltoid. Again, no pain, nothing like that. 30-second hold, up to 60 seconds hold, and just breathe. With every 2 seconds, breathe and let the muscle relax. I mentioned before in the video, nothing like this. Don't do this to the muscle. You're gonna risk pulling, injuring, straining, spraining the muscle. Very gently go into it. You feel it, you hold. When you come out of it, gently come out of it, right? Don't go crazy into it and then release crazy. You will injure the muscle, okay? Again, what happens on one side will happen on the other. I'm in line, shoulder height. Back is straight, boom, you're turning away, you're feeling that stretch in your deltoid going lightly towards your chest. If you have a good fair amount of flexibility, you're looking for most of the stretch in the shoulder, some of it going into the other chest, some of it going down into the biceps. So hold that, looking away, nice and straight. You stretch your front deltoid. Mid deltoid, this is a bit of a tricky one. I'm going to turn around for this one for just a second. Arms are going to be straight by your side, okay? I'm going to be stretching my right shoulder first, right? My right mid-deltoid. The arm has to be straight. Push it across your back as far as you can without bending your elbow. The other arm comes around, grabs just below the elbow of the arm that is being stretched. Keep the stretched arm straight and then pull across. From the front, notice my arm that's being stretched is grabbed at the elbow. Boom, I pull it gently across. My back is straight. I don't bend, I don't turn in any direction. I stand straight. The elbow is nice and straight in the back. All of the stretch is going to be right here in the middle going down into your arm. You're pulling 30 to 60 seconds. Breathing nice and easily. What happens to one happens to the other. Grab it on the back just underneath the elbow and pull across. Keep the elbow nice and straight. Don't lock it out. You don't have to keep it as stiff as you can, but keep it straight. Boom, pull it across. Feel that stretch in. One of the easier one for the rear delt. Let's not forget about that. Arm straight across. The other one comes right at the elbow. You pull it across the body, all right? Back is straight. Don't twist your body too much with it. Keep it straight. Keep it stiff body-wise. The arm that is being stretched is straight out. The other one comes just above the elbow. Pull across. Relax as you stretch across. The more you pull, the more of a stretch need to go. Again, no pain needs to be in the muscle that you're stretching. Other side, straight arm just above the elbow, pull across nice and gently. Back is straight the entire time. I'm not twisting, I'm not bending, I'm not hunching over. Keep it nice and straight. All right, moving into the chest now. Similar to what you did for the shoulder, you need some kind of an obstacle over here, but instead of just grabbing with your palm, you have to put your whole forearm against that obstacle. Wall, bar, whatever it is, okay? So elbow up to your fingers, it entirely needs to be supported against the obstacle. Back is straight, you are in line, so the elbow is at shoulder height. From here, boom, you twist away. Now this one is gonna feel nice and pulling into your chest. Very little in your delt, almost nothing in your biceps. So you pull away. Breathing nice and easily. And just hold that there, all right? Again, this one is very, very deep into the chest. So be careful how you release, how you get into it. What happens to one side happens to the other. I'm right in line, shoulder height at the elbow. Boom, I'm twisting away as much as I can. And holding 30 to 60 seconds, no pumping, no nothing. You're done your 30 seconds, you release out of it. Go back into it. All right, moving into the lats, a very easy one. You grab a hold of a pole like this one. Feet relatively close. Now do be careful if it's something that is flimsy and you're gonna pull it over. The idea of this one is you're leaning from it, right? Your butt is sticking out, your arms are nice and straight, and you just let your body weight pull onto your lats, all right? If it's something flimsy, you're gonna tip it over yourself when you pull like this. Pick something else, a better idea. The closer you are to your obstacle with your feet, the more pressure you're going to put on your lats. But again, be careful, don't let your feet slip. I have a good floor, my socks are pretty good grip, so I have nothing to worry about. Stretching it out, nice and easy. You finish that if you're more advanced, an easier or a harder version rather of this, single arm. Same idea, just hold on one arm. Make sure you do hold on because you're in a bad position. You're gonna fall right on your bum and it's gonna hurt. So hold that in there, nice and easy. This arm can be supporting, but don't push off your knee because then you're defeating the purpose again. Just a light support or just let it dangle by your side if you don't trust yourself. What you do to one side, you must do to the other. So this feel comes right through the tricep, going down all the way into the lats and close to your lower back. Boom, you're holding that in there. Coming up. Next one, we're going back to the arms. Bis and tris. The bicep is a very tricky one to hit. So the best way that I found to hit that one is putting your palm upside down, fingers facing to the floor on some kind of an obstacle. Now, depending on how your flexibility is, your fingers may need to be more to the side. Ideally, you want them down. So I'm putting them against an obstacle. My elbow comes pretty much to full, almost lock position, right? If you find any clicking in your elbow, it's best to avoid this one. But I push up and I gently twist away. Now when you do this one, your forearm will also feel a lot of stretching, okay? So again, it's very hard to hit your bicep, but this one is one of the ways that you can get it stretched out gently. Twist away gently and lift your chest a little bit towards the ceiling. You'll get your forearm and your bicep into it. And release. Other side, fingers facing down. Ideally, if not, you can put them a little bit more to the side, but try to keep them facing down. Shoulder height on the palm, twisting away and chest slightly up. Put a little bit of your body pressure into the arm if you don't feel much, and hold 15 to 30 seconds, sorry. All right, triceps up next. Behind the head, you're gonna put one arm up, the other one is gonna come, grab right at the elbow, pull across your head. Right in the back of the arm where the tricep is, you're supposed to feel this one. Some people grab it and go to the side like this. You don't need that. There's absolutely no need for that. It won't make it any better. Pull as much as you can towards the opposite side of the arm that you're stretching. If you want to add a little bit of tension to it, see how my head is right now, just straight up? Push gently against the arm with your head, attempting to look upwards. That will get an extra little bit of stretch in your tricep if this motion is not enough for you. Release, bring them down, come on up to the other side. Grab the elbow and boom, right across the head with it. The other arm chills on the other side, does nothing. Just let it loose over there, let it enjoy the stretch. Extra boost needed, your head goes straight and pushes up against the arm. Now, if you're not that flexible yet, maybe you can't reach your elbow, that's fine. Grab your wrist, pull across the body the same way, rest the arm that is being stretched against your head. You can do the same thing, gently push with the head, depending on what level you are in your stretches. Boom, let's do that on the other side. All right, classic stretch for your forearm. You've probably seen this a million times. Arm has to be straight. There's nothing like this. This doesn't do much to your forearms. Arm is straight. Gently grab your fingers. Don't rip them out of their sockets. And gently pull back. Boom. Full stretch in the lower part of your forearm. Stretching it gently. You're done with that one, 15 to 30. The other way, grab right at the wrist level. Gently pull down. You have any wrist injuries, don't do this one. It's very dangerous on the wrist. You're pulling a lot of tendons in there. Carpal tunnel also is very bad for this one. Some people feel a lot of pain when doing this stretch with carpal tunnel. Some don't. See where you are. If you feel it, stop it. Same on the other side. Bottom of the other forearm. Top of the forearm. Full stretch from your wrist coming up towards your elbow. Boom. Stretching it out. All right, we're finished with the arms. We've done the chest. We've done the lats. Side, your obliques, an easy stretch. Spread your legs across just a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. One hand on your hip, the hip that you're bending towards is where you're putting your hand. And again, you've probably seen this one a million times. Push towards the one side. Gently push your hip inwards. You find any pain in your hip, this is not the stretch for you. Leave me a comment underneath this video and I can show you a different one. But this one is a basic, most easy one. You're gonna feel a stretch right on the side here going to the opposite hip. Hold that in, breathe gently, boom. Come to the other side, hand on the hip, hand up, cross the other side. As low as you can go. Don't try to either reach the position that I am or push yourself more. You feel that light stretch, that's it. You overstretch your muscle, you'll be in pain. So be very gentle with these ones. Straightening up. The abs, the rectus abdominis right at the front. Shoulder width apart on the legs. Grab your lower back with your hands. I prefer to put the top of my hands against my lower back. Some people are fine with just putting their palms. This way, I start looking up and I gently lean backwards. The more I lean, the more I feel right at the front here and a little bit into the hip flexors. Boom, I'm going back. I'm stretching everything. And I'm coming back. Be very careful with your spine on this one. You are putting a lot of pressure on your lumbar spine, so you may have pain. If it is, cut it. Write me a message. We'll try to find a different one for you, okay? Now, one for your lower back. It's a very easy, gentle one, but if you have very tight hamstrings or back of the legs, you won't feel much of your lower back. So, a traditional one that people do, a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, and then they just go down and they dangle. They let their arms loose, knees are light, nice and straight, and you go down for the floor. Again, you may have this too much of a stretch in the lower back. If it is a little bit of an alternative, find yourself a seat, cross your legs if you can, ankle right against the thigh of the leg that is being on the floor supporting. Gently push down onto your knee and hold it there. This one releases first the hip. Now I find that it works best if you follow them in this order, specifically how I show you right now. Push the knee gently down. You feel it right in the side of your butt cheek, right in the glutes, the hip region. You push down, you feel it. Hold that for 15 seconds. While holding the knee down, gently lean yourself forward. Right now you'll feel even more in your hip, gently into your lower back. Hold that there 15 seconds. After that, release the knee, let it come to whatever the body finds it comfortable based on how tight you are, and lean even further forward with your head. Now this one goes into the upper part of your glute or your butt cheek and goes into your lower back, stretching it out nicely. So just lean into it. If you find you need a little bit of help, grab the leg that's being stretched and just gently pull yourself towards it more and more. Finish with that, not done yet. Release the knee down, separate your legs, and twist your body opposite of the leg that you've just had on top, okay? When you did the left leg, you stretched the left glute, the left part of your lower back. If you reach over to your right leg or the supporting leg, you're still working that area. So you want to stay into one side before you move to the other. Grab the lower ankle or the thigh, depending on your flexibility, and gently pull down. Boom, hold that there. Breathe in and out nice and easily. You finish on the other side. Put the leg up. Number one, push the knee down, back straight, 15 seconds. Keep the knee pushed, gently lean forward. As you can see, this side for me is more tight than the other side too. Lean forward gently. I feel even more in my hip, 15 seconds. I release the knee, I let it come up based on what my body is comfortable, and I push down. Now it's going into my lower back. If number three, you still don't feel into your lower back, that means your hip is super tight. So keep on doing the same procedure, because over time it will loosen up. So be patient with it. Don't overstress your body. 15-second holding. You need support. Boom, pull gently. You finish with that. Spread your legs again. Go into the leg that was supporting. Reach down, ankle or thigh. Pull. Gently pull and hold. Excellent. Lower back / hips. That's done with. Let's get those legs. Classic one for the hamstrings. You've seen it everywhere. Get a supporting chair, a bench, or whatever. Knee is straight, and you're reaching down towards your toe. Everything mostly in the back of the knee. You'll feel a nice big stretch. Don't let the knee bend. You're defending the purpose. Lean forward, gently into it, and stretch. Finish with that. Go to the other side. Boom. You're going towards the toe. You're pulling. Now, as good as this one is, I find it hits. You have 4 different muscles that make up the hamstring. So when you push this one, you hit more medially or more towards the inside of the leg. Let's keep your legs close together. Knees nice and straight. Boom. Go down. See which one you feel now. For me personally, I am more tight on my inner part of the leg on the back side, but when I do this one, I start feeling going outside towards the outer part of the back leg. And I try to touch my toes, keep my knees nice and straight, and boom, just release it down, nice and easy. Now you finish that. Most people ignore this one. I mean, almost everybody ignores this one. The side of your legs, the abductors. Cross your legs. If you have poor balance, hold on to something. But Cross your legs and then lean over. You can put your hand on your knee and just let your body lean forward, or reach for your toe down. When you do this one, the leg that is supporting, the one that's in the back, will feel a nice huge stretch right on the side of the hip over here, going into your glutes again. So lean down and hold it. You do one side, you gotta do the other. Put the other leg behind, boom, I'm going down, I'm feeling the other leg right on the side. Hold that there down, 15 to 30. Going into the inner legs, feet wide apart, almost double the shoulder, your shoulder width. From here, you're going with a light bend on the knee that you're not trying to stretch, the leg that you're not trying to stretch. The other one is fully straight. Gently push your hip inwards and lean to the side. Everything on the inside of the leg, the adductors are gonna get stretched like crazy here. Back straight, lean to the one side. Full pressure, don't pump it. It's very dangerous to pump a muscle when you're stretching it. You finish, bend the leg that just has been stretched, boom. You're going to the other side, back nice and straight. Gently support and push the hip inwards. You're coming up nice and straight. Moving more inwards to the front of the leg. The quadriceps. Hold on for support. General, basic, traditional type of stretch for the quad. You grab your leg, boom, pull it back. General idea on this one is, don't let the leg come up here. You're losing the stretch point in this one. Keep the knee close to the other one, to the supporting leg. Back is nice and straight. The knee is pointing dead into the ground and is straight next to the other one. Full stretch into quadricep right there. It's the best one. Put it down, get the other one up. Back straight. As you can see, I'm supporting right at the ankle or just a bit above. You can, depending on how good your flexibility is. If not, just grab at the toe and hold that leg there. You find that's a little bit too difficult, you can reach your leg. Go down on your knee. Support yourself either with your feet down. Again, if your flexibility is not good, put your toes up and just lean back. If you're really that tight that you can't reach your own foot to stretch it like I just shown you, this will feel a lot. Progress from this by just gently leaning backwards. The more you lean back, the more stretch you're gonna get into your quads. Hip flexors as well. When I've shown the abs pushing like this forward, I felt a little bit in my hip flexors. But this one's a little bit more of a deep stretch into it. Start off your knee. Pick a leg that is not being stretched at the moment. The other one, foot is down, right underneath the hip for the leg that's being stretched. Go forward and lean yourself into it. See how far forward I go with this leg. Full stretch right at the front here of the hip. My back is straight to begin with. Hands on the supporting leg. If you're tight, you'll feel it. If not, you don't feel it yet, that's fine. Look up to the ceiling and push off the supporting leg. Lean as far backwards as possible. Again, lower back issues, avoid this part of the stretch. But this one stretches down, boom, right into the lower part of my abs. I'm done, I do the other side. Turn. Start with the knee right underneath your hip. Put this leg as far forward as needed based on what you can. The back foot is down. It can be up as well, like on your toe like this, but preferably down flat. And lean into it. Boom. Lean back if you need to, if you're very flexible. And you're releasing it. You're done with that one. Come on up. Two more things. The calves. Find something small. See this bench over, this part of my bench over here? That's all you need. In the calf, there's two muscles. There's the gastrocnemius, which is at the top, the one that you see right on the side, and then the inside, the soleus. To stretch the topmost one, the most superficial one, the gastrocnemius, you have to keep the knee straight. Put your toe, or kind of the ball of your foot, against this obstacle. Ideally, hold on to something for support. Put the other foot next to the foot being stretched, and then straighten out your body. Full straight back. If the obstacle is high enough and your foot is lifting high enough, you'll feel it go right into the back of your knee. Stretching. That's the gastrocnemius though. Now watch my knee. It's straight now. I bend it down. I keep the foot exactly where it was. This one moved back for support and I'm pushing down into this one. This stretch goes into the soleus underneath the gastrocnemius. It's a good idea to stretch both. You hold that there. You finish. I go to the other side of my obstacle, next to my feet, feet next to each other rather, straight back. I'm done with the gastrocnemius. I put my leg that is not being stretched back. I bend the knee of the stretched leg slightly, and I put pressure on the soleus. Lastly, the front part of your leg, of the lower leg rather. This is where people mostly get what they call shin splints. What is a good stretch for this one? Especially if you're a runner, you might get shin splints, and it's killing. It's such a small muscle here, but it's killing when you get shin splints. Gently grab your toe and push, but don't just push straight, because the muscle is not right over the tibia. Over here is just the bone. The muscle is right to the side of it, the tibialis. You want to pull just a little bit gently inwards toward the side to really get that stretch top to bottom into the muscle, right? So start first straight, see if you feel anything. If not, gently twist to the side. Be careful of your ankle. You might pull a little bit too hard, you'll injure your ankle. Hold that there and straight back, just gently pull. Release that one nice and easy. Go to the other leg. Same position as I showed you guys when we did the hip stretch, right? But let the knee rest this time. Don't pressure it too much. Straight pulling first. I'm feeling a little bit, not too much. Going down a little bit into my foot. That's fine. Boom. I'm stretching it to the side. Now I'm feeling it top from the bottom of the knee where the muscles start, going to the ankle, and then the foot as well, because I'm grabbing it very low onto the actual foot itself. So I'm stretching it top to bottom. Hold it there 15 to 30, and you are good to go. Top to bottom stretches. Now, did I miss some muscles? You want to go a little bit deeper? That's great. Leave me a comment in my video below, and I will be more than happy to make another video with a little bit more advanced stretches. But again, I'm not a yoga instructor. I'm not a yoga teacher. I don't do those fancy movements, downward dogs, cobras, or anything like that. I don't do those. I go with basic stretches to really hit the ligaments, the tendons, the muscles themselves, all that beautiful stuff, the fascia, but nothing too fancy. So if you want more advanced techniques like the yoga style or hot yoga or anything like that, they're all amazing, they're all great, and they work your core well. Go to a class, follow a class, and follow the instructor. They've gone through a lot of training, a lot of research to do these kinds of stretches, and they know what they're doing. This is basic type of stretches from a massage therapy point of view, physiology point of view, and all that stuff. All right, so try them out yourself, guys. Leave me a comment. Let me know how you felt. Let me know if there's any pain anywhere, any of these stretches caused you pain. Where, how much, what kind of pain, stabbing, overstretching, anything like that. Leave me a comment. I'll get back to you guys within 24 hours. I'll answer all, make another video for you. But like and subscribe to this video, and I will be posting more. I will keep you guys up to date with more workouts like these. But try these stretches. You've heard me before. They're great in the long run. They're great right now, and they will keep you loose for when you're in your senior years, so that if you do, God forbid, have a fall, you won't end up with a broken joint or anything like that. All right, I will see you in my next videos. Have an amazing one, guys. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Strong Dragon, and hit that bell button to be notified when new videos come up. Also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We update all the time new discoveries and fitness-related content. Also, our website, www.thestrongdragon.com. For the free newsletter, sign up with your email and receive brain food for free on a weekly basis.